How's it going, everyone? It's Emil with Max Trading again. And before we start the video, I just want to remind you guys, just if you could, just go to Instagram and give me a quick like and subscribe. Max Trading 500 is the name. The link is in the description. Also, if you guys could, just give me a subscribe on YouTube. I'm here for you guys, here to help everyone, educate everyone, and show pretty much everyone my journey of day trading, how to make money, and just educate people and help people out, right? It's all about everyone making money and not just one person. You got to share the wealth. And pretty much what I'm doing, everyone else can do the exact same, really, honestly. So let's get started with the video. I really wanted to talk about what happened last week because it was a pretty volatile week. And most people think when the volatility kicks in, a lot of the day traders get hurt. The swing traders do well. The long-term investors, they can really get hurt, as you can see. Um, a lot of downswings, a lot of people panic selling. But I wanted to talk to you about pretty much what I did during the week and how I pretty much excelled in what I did during the week. We actually made a lot of money. Nothing too crazy, but the days were a lot shorter because I made all that money in a much shorter period of time. Where usually sometimes I sit there till 8:30 a.m., 9 a.m. sometimes, but a lot of the days I was done at 7:30. Like it took me two trades, three trades to hit my 1.5 to 2%. Usually kind of got to like 1.75% on the account, so which is pretty amazing for honestly like an hour of the day. Who wouldn't want to sit there for an hour in the day and make 1.75%, right? Most people, you know, get that in a couple months, right? So we do that in a day, and we're pretty fortunate to do that. And I really wanted to share my education and show you guys how to do that as well, and pretty much show you my trades. So pretty much we'll get started here. I believe this is September 29th. And as you can see, I did a huge Fibonacci retracement and went all the way down to the back, the lows and the highs of that pullback. And I actually like to use Fibonacci retracements because they're very, very strong. They help me set my levels for the day and see where the support and resistances are on the pullbacks and bounces. And they really do help for trading. And a lot of professional traders actually use that. Personally, my favorites are the 50% and the 61.8%. Those are the strongest. And I actually not all base all my trades on it, but sometimes when there's a huge swing like this, I like to use them because it gives me more structure in my levels, and I know they're more likely to work. Right. So that's what I wanted to show you. I use those. It was pretty much some crazy swings here, but there's a lot of economic releases that actually came out um, during the week, and that's pretty much what made those swings happen. And so here's the day. I kind of set my markers up for you guys to see what I did. So right off the bat, what time was this? First trade was pretty much 6:35, somewhere around there in that bar, give or take 5 minutes. I bought almost the low there for that hour. Bought it at the 36.75 and sold it, I believe, 38.75, 38.50 area, right? Solid to say 1.75 points or 2 points. And that was a couple $100. It was on a two lot, right? It's pretty simple, pretty quick trade, all within 5 minutes. The next one I came down and I bought the 43 and it looked like it sold at the 44, right? So there's another point. So just with those two trades, pretty much I'd be up just about 1.5% on the account, which is pretty solid. Then he kind of waited a bit. It started slamming. There was kind of a decent size pullback. Was it 48 to 1650? So that's pretty good. That's a 30-point swing all within a couple hours. So that's a good amount of volume. The week did have a lot of volume, right? So you had to be careful. You had to have your stops in place. You want to protect your account, guys, right? That's the main thing. You don't want any emotional trades going on because sometimes when you get stopped out on the first trade, you're like, oh, I want to make my money back. Let me double down. Let me make this trade that I don't usually make, and it'll work. You always tell yourself that. You'll convince yourself it'll work. You shouldn't do that. Hope is not a trade. Just stick to your strategy and it'll work. Even if you have to take a loss on the day, it's okay. Just make sure they're controlled and make sure it doesn't take you a week to make up. You want to keep it to within a day, max 2 days, your max loss you can make up within 2 days. You don't want it to get too out of control, because you want to try to make it back within that week. That's the best thing to do. So this next exact trade, pretty much 31.25 and 30.25. So there's another point, right? So what is that? That pushed us over 2% really on that specific day. So I call that a pretty solid day. Let's go check out what else we did. There was a lot of scalping around and a lot of stuff I was just playing around on a sim. Um, I'll show you guys the net profit on the week as well. You'll be a little shocked. Those are also on two lots. So it's pretty much like 7%, I believe I did on the week, which is pretty solid. There's a pretty solid push up after the kind of downswing I had, or let's see, I kept going up from 9 a.m. So 6 a.m. Let's actually show you guys what we did here. So it came to our first level right off the bell. 21.75. We bought it, sold it at the 23.75, and she kept on pushing from there. Of course, we could have held it. Didn't really want to hold it, especially with the volume that week. I could have dumped a one lot and just let it ride. That would have pretty much been an easy 2% trade on just one trade. But I didn't do that, and I just kind of waited, and then it looks like I sold it here 27.25, and that should be the 26.25. So just between those two, that was probably $200, and this is $100. That's $300. That's 1.5%. I guess I called it a day. Good thing I did, because she just ramped up. Um, so just a couple of days. I want to show you guys from the 27th to 2nd, 1,537.50 on two lots. That's pretty damn good, I'd say. You know what? It really doesn't get better than that. We contained any losses that we had. Yes, some days were $100 days. We only made $100 or $50, but some of the days we also made $400 and $450, and all those small days add up and add up and add up. And just in case you have one of those max losing days, that's say $700. All these days make up for that, and you're still ahead of the game, and that's what it is. It's consistency. You want to be consistently ahead of the game each month. Sometimes you don't go by weeks. You could go every 2 weeks and say, am I up every 2 weeks? And most of the time you should be. If you're not, then you're doing something wrong, and you should really reevaluate. Maybe it's the market's fault, maybe it's your fault. Not too sure, but there's always things you could change every single day, right? Um, yeah, so that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. Just kind of recap of the week. $1,500 is pretty solid. And yeah, so there's much more to come. I'm going to be doing videos every single day. Stay tuned for the latest video this week. It's going to be on how to set up NinjaTrader the exact same way I do. A lot of people have been asking me what indicators do I use, what Bollinger Bands, anything like that. Do I use quick entries for stops and things like that? Yes, I do it all, and I will show you guys all that in a video very soon here. It's going to be a pretty solid one, so you can have everything looking identical to mine, and I'll show you even how to change it to go. You could change contracts, change minutes, change everything. I'll even do Fibonacci retracements, and I'll show you guys all that in the next video. And you know what? I'm doing all this for you guys. So if you could just please help me out and just give the channel a subscribe and go give my Instagram a like and follow, because I post content on that daily. And the more views I get, the more videos I make for you guys, and the more you guys can learn. And that's what it's all about: everyone learning together and growing together. And that's pretty much all what it's about, guys. So hope you guys have a good night, and we'll see you for the next video. All right.